So I'm really excited. This is my first time ever camping. This is my first time ever like long riding, like riding for longer than an hour or two. This is all of my horses' first time doing following as well. And most of these routes that we're going to go on, actually all of these routes, have never been done by horses, at least not in our lifetime, because these routes are absolutely ancient and probably Roman armies and Khan armies from Mongolia.
Oh, the Khan came through here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely everyone has gone through here in every single stage of human history.
Just like a Bulgarian truck stop hooker.
Sometimes you just have to give it a chance. You have to take this leap of faith. Because if you don't, you will never know how it's going to turn out. So we went. The sun was shining, the horses were sound and happy, and we had those beautiful tracks alongside the Bulgarian Black Sea to ride on. This ride wasn't about doing a set amount of kilometers. It wasn't about going to specific places. It was just checking out some trails that Nikki could later use to do little tourist tracks on. And we didn't have any false illusion. We knew that it would always take a bit of time for everyone to adjust to the road. I mean, Nikki and her horses had never been on a long ride. And no matter what you think it's going to be, it's definitely going to be a little bit different. We all need to first go back into the rhythm. You know, we have to start living by the sun again. We have to depend on what we find on grass and water for the horses. Will we find spots to sleep on? Will we find enough food supplies for us? There's so much things we don't know. If we head into an area, we don't know. But luckily, we've done it so many times, and with the system we have gone working, with Pete on the map, me in the front, and just going with the pace of the horses, it has always worked for us so far. So I was sure it would work for us this time. And really, it was all about just 3 friends going on a ride, having some fun. I mean, this time around, it was really great, because if something would go wrong, we would never be too far from her place to call it. So I wasn't stressed. Neither was Pete, neither was Nikki. The horses were a little, when they realized we would not come back to the herd at night. But we found this incredible spot just next to the sea. We made a fire, and guys, I tell you, this is why I love riding in Eastern Europe so much. You just still have this wildness. You can still wild camp. You can make a fire, and making a rabbit over a fire, eating it after a long day, I just can't put it in words. There's a magic to it, a magic that got me hooked on long riding already in Kazakhstan, and that here at the Black Coast Sea with Nikki, and after having done a perfectly first day, came right back.
Be a gangster.
So, it's morning. I'm just saddling up the stallion. But important lesson, never assume when you ask someone a question that their answer is going to be the same as what you'd expect in the Western world. So I said, do you have a sleeping bag to Nikki? And Nikki said yes, and so I didn't bring one of ours. This is her sleeping bag. It is some fake fur inside basically a canvas bit of plasticky crap. And she found it in an immigrant camp, abandoned, and that's her sleeping bag. So obviously last night she froze and spent the night in my sleeping bag, and I just lay next to Lou and stayed warm that way. So it's interesting. Bulgaria. It's very Bulgarian, but lovely night, good feed, and we're about to head off again.